Editors these days, we're drowning in subscriptions. Multicam editing, caption animation, background removal, adding B-roll, mistake cleanup, script syncing, client revisions, you name it. But what if I told you a bunch of that could be handled in one place? Mad, right? I've been using a plugin called Cutback for a couple of months now. They are sponsoring this video and hooking you guys up with a sweet deal, but they're not reviewing this or telling me what to say. I want to keep it super transparent because I generally think some of these features could save you guys time, money, and hard drive space, just like it has for me. I'm going to showcase some of my favorite features and how I've used it for my content and clients' content, going from multicam editing, podcast editing, social media content, and how much faster you can get through your edits using Cutback. And don't forget to subscribe. In this feature, I'm going to show you how I cut my A-roll for the intro. So I've got my audio and I've got my clip here. So I'm just going to quickly sync those together. Okay, and let me just tie things up really quick. Okay, so that's good there. And then I'm going to go up to Window, Extensions, and open up Cutback. In Cutback, I'm going to go into Auto Rough Cut and transcribe this video. And if you're a content creator, this is a game changer because if you are working to a script like I did for this intro, you just copy paste your script in and it'll just choose the best takes or at least chunk them up so that it's just easier to edit. This is what it gives you. And then it gives you a little chat box here and I'm going to go edit according to script. And then it's going to ask me what the script was. And I'm going to copy paste that in here. And although it is using AI to choose the best takes, it's using the script as a very strict guideline. And then it just chunks everything up in a way that's just easy to see, review, and edit further. And once you've gone through everything and picked out the best sections, you just press save, apply to sequence. And I like to create a new sequence just so I've got a backup. And you can see it's done all these cuts for me. I'll go in, tighten things up a bit more. But what was a 10-minute clip is now under 2 minutes. That just makes it so much easier to edit. This is how I did the animated captions in the beginning, and yep, super easy. Go into Cutback, go into animated captions. You got a few options here. The popular one I find is like the karaoke style kind of thing. And then obviously you can choose your own fonts, timing, all that kind of stuff. But I'm just going to go for this one right here. And I'm going to transcribe the whole sequence. And obviously this is after I've done the edit with the transcript because that's the way you want to do it. You don't want to transcribe 10 minutes worth of raw footage, you know. Keep your workflow tight. Now it's done the transcript right here and it gives me a few options. Now, obviously it's flagged up a few words, but I'm happy with what it's done. It gives you a preview for the first frame so you can see what it looks like. I'm going to go in. Obviously you can save some presets if you want to. I'm going to change the word count to 3 and then that will just update everything. And then I'm going to go in and change the style. And as I'm making the changes, it's giving me an updated preview, which I really like. Some other ones, you kind of have to like run the whole transcript animation to figure out what it's doing. Turn the stroke down a bit. And then I'm just going to change the highlight to that yellow I like. And what I like doing is going in further and editing the captions according to the cadence of my phrasing. And they've made it super easy. So right here, I've said multicam editing, caption animation, background removal. Well, I want background removal to be on a different phrase. So I'll click on the word, press enter. That will put it in its own caption. And then I want removal up here. So press on removal, backspace, that moves it up. And then move this one down. So by the combination of backspace and enter, you can really space things out. And then after you're happy with everything, you can go through it. You press apply. Also, you can save a new template. So if you like that and you're doing like a lot of client stuff, just save a new template. And it spaced things out perfectly. And it creates this nesting clip right here. You just move wherever you want. And as you saw in the intro, this is the way I've done it. It takes seconds to do. And what I do really like is that they've made it super easy to change stuff after reviewing it. So say you need to change the color of the text, you find any mistakes, just correct it, apply, generates it super quick. And by far, it's probably the easiest I've seen across all these other plugins I've used. Now, funny enough, as I'm making this video, my buddy Avery calls me up. He's a fellow content creator. And he's like, hey, I want to do this clone effect, but I don't know how to cut myself out. I don't want to use After Effects. And let me know in the comments, if you're a Premiere Pro user, a lot of us don't want to go into After Effects. Like, let me know why. What's the reason? Is it a new program? Is it out of your workflow? Let me know. But I was like, bro, let's just open up Cutback and just remove this. So this is the video he sent me. Now he's coming down the stairs and it's around this point he wants the whole thing to loop when he moves out of frame and he wants himself coming back in. So Ideally, like, you kind of want to cut it around this point. I've marked it out. Let's cut it at this point. So right at this point, I just want this part rotoed out. So I'm just going to duplicate that. And on the top clip, I'm going to remove the background. So I select the clip, remove background, and just let Cutback do what it's going to do. And the plus thing here is we don't have to do the round trip to After Effects, and it's just all in one place. It's created a nested clip. And if I disable the original clip, you can see how it's cut it out. And my main concern is around this area right here. Everything else I'm not really fussed about. And in order to make a continuous loop, we want the second clip to be masked out slightly. So I'm just going to mask it out right down the middle. And then as he's moving in, I'm just going to animate that mask. And I mean, Cutback's done most of the work for me. But I'm just going to animate this mask just to get that smooth transition in. And after you mask the second clip, you can get a really smooth transition that looks like this. And then you start the loop again. Yeah, and I don't know how they've done it, but they've made it super easy, especially if you want to add like text behind the subject really quick and do stuff like this without having to go into After Effects. Now, this feature I love using quite a bit. It's the remove silences. Although a simple concept, it's really hard to do, and I hate doing it manually. This is something I use to move the storyline along, unpacking videos, packing videos, travel stuff, and it works really well. It gives you a few options for like short videos, longer form videos, but right here I've got a top-down camera of me unpacking some spares I got from a company called Bellos Audio that sent me some spares for my earphones that I'm using right now. So this is the top-down camera, and you can see the audio right here, me unpacking some of the stuff. I'm just going to quickly turn this into a vertical video because it was something I posted on social media. Let's take a quick color grade on that. Now in Cutback, I'm going to go into remove silences. And because this is a very short one, it's under 5 minutes, I'm going to choose that option. If I want to tighten things up further, I can go into custom, but let's start with very short and remove the silences. What is a 2-minute video is now hopefully like a lot shorter. It's going to cut out all these silences and just make it a bit more fast paced. Something that would take me a long time just going in manually and cutting, it'll take seconds in Cutback. And this is the kind of stuff that adds to your storyline, but you don't want to do because it takes too much time. So I find using Cutback and plugins like this, it just does what it needs to do really quick. So 73 seconds is taken out. This is a bit too long for my liking. I'm going to go in further and use the customize button and customize it a bit further. So I'm going to go really tight on this one. Padding sentences. So we got remove silence longer than 0.1 seconds, padding before sentence, padding after sentence. And by sentence, it means the audio clip. So I'm just going to tighten everything to like 0.1 and remove the silences. Sweet. And then you can go in and chop stuff up manually. But what was a 2-minute clip is now 20 seconds, just ideal for stories. And after you've messed with it a bit, put some text in, an extra color grade, this is what you get. A feature I use a lot is the multicam editing. So here I've recorded something really quick, so I've got something to edit. I've got 3 angles. I'm just gonna go in and pull up my split pack and split the baked view. So I'm on the left, I'll just split that there, and then right. My buddy Will jumped in for this one. Gonna do some like really quick adjustments. Don't judge my quick editing here, but generally this is what I'd probably set up my podcast like. So split screen, especially if it's remote, and then I'll take those, nest that, and then I've got 3 angles. So I've got my baked angle, so it's both of us, Will, and then my angle. And in Cutback, I'm gonna go into edit multicam. Here where you've got your speaker names, I'm gonna put Dave and Will. Down here it's the text that I've got 2 audio channels, Dave, Will, right there. And then down here, I tell it who's in each video. So in the first one, it's me, Will's in the second one. So really quick, I'm here, Will's in the second one, and then we're both in the third one. So here I'm gonna add Will. After that, we've got video track priority. So I've got close-up shots and then wide. And usually I just keep it about here, like 70-30. And then after that, I'm gonna transcribe video to edit multicam. And no matter what feature you use, it's always going to transcribe the video because it knows you need that information to remove silence, edit captions, remove any mistakes. So it's kind of good to have. After it's transcribed everything, it gives you a few options. You can go here in the chat box and remove retakes, shorten video, remove silences. You got a few options here. If you press on the scissor right here, you can cut that phrase. So it's kind of a easier way of editing because it just chunks everything up. So I can go through and just remove stuff I didn't want included in the conversation. So say we do that, and then it'll apply it when I apply to sequence. I'll just keep those in for now. Once you've quickly gone through it, apply to sequence, I like to create a new sequence, multicam edits, and then I'm just going to allow it to do its thing. After it's done that, this is what the edit looks like. So just to sample it, see what it's actually done. Got a couple of lenses I needed, and then
yeah, I'm because like speaking of that whole like you need to invest in like,
and after it's done all the switching, which I think is about 60% of the work, then you can go in and tighten things manually or use some of the other features like remove silences, remove filler words. You got a few options there. Another feature that will come in clutch for you is adding B-roll to your footage. Okay, so you want to go into your Cutback browser, and there's a few options here. Now, the first option would be just searching for copyright-free images or videos and adding them to your sequence. So say if I go into images, search for guitar, it gives me a few options and I can just add that straight into my sequence. Same for video. Add to sequence, super quick. It's also got GIFs. Add those straight in, stickers, and it's really quick and responsive. On top of that, what you can also do is you can go to Google, for example, and let's search for something like Jordan 4's Brick by Brick. Those, oh man, those look so clutch as well. I'll go into images, and then if you go up here where it says add images, it'll just pull all that information. Click on the image here, and then it'll pull it into the editor in the Cutback plugin. From here, you can do a few things. You can remove the background, upscale, and swap the layout. So first of all, let's turn this into a portrait clip. So we'll just fill it out and make it portrait. So right there, it's done that. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to upscale it. So upscale that. So it's upscaled. That looks really good, actually. And then let's remove the background. That's it. Really quick. No round trip to Photoshop. And if you want to pull these images in, you just add them to sequence. And just to see what the image looked like and what it upscaled it to. So this is what the image looked like. This is what it looks like with the upscale. And then this is what it looks like when you remove the background. And yeah, the results are really impressive. It keeps you in the same program. You don't have to do the round trip to Photoshop or After Effects. And productivity-wise, I think this is the move. They've also included some presets if you want some quick animations in there. If you go down to Animate Object, what I love is that you've got a visual of what each animation looks like. So you got in, action, out. So I'm just going to use the Cutback logo really quick. I'm going to scale it in. And I want it to bounce. I want it to scale up. And let's keep it super short, like 0.5. Select the clip, apply. And that's done. And this is what it looks like. Now, say you've got a client and they've got a bunch of feedback for you, which happens quite a bit. Although you can use stuff like frame.io and they can comment in all their feedback. Some clients don't want to do that. They want to send you a bunch of text with all the stuff they want changing. This comes in clutch. If you want to go into Cutback menu, add feedback as markers, what you can do is, I've got this podcast, fake podcast I've edited. I've got a bunch of feedback. You copy paste your feedback right in here, and this has got time codes. It's got like words of phrases. You know, it's a bit jumbled up. It'll take me a while to go through it, and trust me, a lot of my clients do this, and I have to go through all the changes. You analyze that, and it uses AI to analyze stuff and then create markers where it's just a lot easier to just follow, find the spots. You can go in and review it. I'll add the markers. Just like that, it adds all the feedback markers in. And I've done it for a couple of edits that asked for revisions lately. And it's so much faster. Like, I can't go back to what I was doing before. It took me so long to go through like time codes and stuff. But this is so much faster. So yeah, A+ for this feature. Those are some of my favorite features in Cutback, and to be honest, I use quite a lot of them because if I'm going from program to program, I get distracted easy. I'm a bit of a scatterbrain. So this keeps me in one place. I'm a lot more focused. I just get done what I need to get done. And yeah, if you do have any feature requests, let me know and I'll make sure I pass them on to the Cutback team. Take care. Peace.